The ache was a familiar visitor this morning. It sat heavy in my chest, a dull, persistent throb that threatened to steal the day before it even began. It whispered doubts, painted shadows on every possibility, and reminded me yet again of all the things I couldn't change. But this time felt different. I recognized the visitor, yes, but I didn't offer it a seat. I acknowledged its presence, but I refused to let it dictate the narrative. I took a slow, deliberate breath. The air felt cool as it entered my lungs, a small spark of awareness in the heavy fog. I am healing, I thought, the words a gentle whisper against the turmoil within. I am healing, and this ache does not define me. The sun, a pale disk behind the curtains, cast a weak glow in the room. It wasn't the brilliant, life-affirming light I craved, but it was there. A small, persistent reminder that even in darkness, light exists. I thought of all the times I had succumbed to this feeling, letting it drag me down into its depths. Days lost to inertia, opportunities missed because of fear. The memory stung, but the sting was weaker now. It lacked the power to paralyze. I am grounded, I told myself, pressing my bare feet against the cool floor. I am connected to the earth, to the present moment. The past is gone and the future is not yet here. I am safe right now. I rose slowly, deliberately. Each movement was a conscious act of defiance against the weight in my chest. I walked to the window and drew back the curtains. The world outside was muted, gray, but not without beauty. The trees stood stark against the sky, their branches reaching up like hopeful fingers. Even in winter, they held the promise of spring. My reflection in the glass was a stranger, familiar yet distant. I saw weariness etched around my eyes, a tightness in my jaw, but I also saw something else, a flicker of resilience, a spark of determination. I am enough, I murmured, barely audible. I am enough just as I am, right now. I don't need to be perfect, I don't need to be stronger, I don't need to be anything other than myself. The words settled like a balm on my soul. A tiny shift, almost imperceptible but significant nonetheless. I made my way to the kitchen, the scent of coffee grounds a comforting presence. The simple act of measuring and pouring the water felt grounding, a return to the everyday rhythms of life. As the coffee brewed, releasing its fragrant steam, I closed my eyes and breathed deeply. I trust the timing of my life, I affirmed, the words resonating with newfound conviction. Everything is unfolding as it should, even if I cannot see the path ahead. I trust that I am being guided, that I am being supported, that I am exactly where I need to be. The first sip of coffee was warm and bitter, a welcome jolt to my senses. I carried the mug to the small table by the window and sat down. The gray light seemed a little brighter now, the world outside a little less muted. I watched a small bird flitting among the branches of the trees, searching for food. Its movements were quick and purposeful, a tiny dance of survival. It didn't seem burdened by the weight of the world or paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. It simply lived, moment by moment, seeking what it needed to thrive. And in that moment, watching that small bird, I understood. Positivity wasn't about denying the ache or ignoring the darkness. It was about choosing to focus on the light, however small. It was about recognizing the beauty in the ordinary, the strength in the vulnerable, the hope in the uncertain. It was about accepting myself, flaws and all, and trusting that I was capable of navigating whatever challenges lay ahead. I am strong, I whispered, the words now a confident declaration. I am capable, I am worthy, and today I choose positivity. The ache was still there, but it no longer held me captive. It was simply a part of the landscape, a shadow that served only to highlight the brightness of the light. And as I finished my coffee, I knew with a quiet certainty that today would be a good day. Not because it would be easy or perfect, but because I would choose to meet it with open eyes, an open heart, and an unwavering belief in my own strength. Because today, I chose myself.